Missouri voters gave 4 more years to Governor Jay Nixon, the Democrat handily defeating Republican Dave Spence by a double-digit margin. Any surprises there, Patrick?
Certainly his victory is no surprise. The margin was impressive.
Could Dave Spence have done anything different to have won that race, in your view?
You know, the criticism of Governor Nixon from the left and the right is that he hasn't put himself out there. He hasn't fought for other causes. He hasn't expended political capital. And we've all known Nixon from years with his, in the Attorney General's office to show up in front of the cameras. His ads were basically taking credit for what the legislature did. I'm bipartisan. We balanced the budget required by law. You know, look at all these wonderful things I did. So when you've got a governor who doesn't get his hands dirty and therefore doesn't have anything blow back at him, it's tough to be that opposition candidate. Dave Spence was a first-time guy. We didn't know him before this campaign, and so maybe he didn't have the gravitas coming into the campaign. But
he did have $6 million of his own money, maybe more. But we talked to a Republican on Election Day, Nick, who said we can't lay a glove on Nixon, and it's driving him crazy, frankly.
Could he have done anything differently, Dave Spence, that would have changed the outcome, Steve?
Probably not. I think this election spoke more clearly to the fact that the Republican bench in Missouri, Nick, is so weak. Dave Spence for governor, John Brunner running for the U.S. Senate, Senator Stillman, you know, the bench is weak. They need better candidates to go after these top slots.
Alrighty, Peter Kinder is given another 4 years, too, as Lieutenant Governor of Missouri. Chris Koster earns re-election as Attorney General. Clint Zweifel will continue on as State Treasurer. But there will be a new Secretary of State, and he's from Kansas City, Missouri. State Representative Jason Kander, a Democrat, wins by the slimmest of margins. He will replace Robin Carnahan, who opted not to seek re-election. But isn't it strange that in a supposedly red state that we're told, all but one of these statewide offices in Missouri are now Democrats?
And we're writing about this phenomenon for Sunday's newspaper, Steve,
which you have to purchase at your newsstand or be a subscriber at the Kansas City Star to get. Is that
Everyone
correct?
watching this show is required, I think, as you know. But it is interesting that Missouri, which went double digits, close to double digits, I think, for Mitt Romney, then split the ticket and went for Democrats. I think it goes to precisely what Steve was talking about, and that is the Republican candidates were just substandard in all those races.
But so there's only Peter Kinder as a Republican as a statewide office holder.
Well, the two highest performing Republicans statewide were Shane Scholler and Peter Kinder, who are both white guys but not from St. Louis. And so perhaps the Republican Party needs to look elsewhere in the state for its candidates and not just keep pulling from the same pool. But ultimately, statewide, what you see is that people endorse the status quo. Every incumbent was reelected. And the only time there were open seats, the party retained control.
Are you allowed to say anything about this, or is this part of the subscription firewall that they're putting up at the Star, Steve?
Well, it could be. I'll give you 10 more seconds worth. I think that this problem, it really highlights the Republicans' inability to crack the two cities. When you're only getting 9, 10, 12% support in the cities, that's going to undermine almost any statewide candidacy, Nick.
I heard one of the pundits in St. Louis say the other day something very interesting, that he felt that in many ways the Democrats in Missouri are going back to the days of the Southern Democrats of the 50s and 60s, where they are conservative on many issues but willing to be a little more flexible on others.